All right, so I'm going to share an update on the Las Vegas man. I did a video on probably about a month ago now. The Las Vegas man that was shot and killed by the police in his own home after being the one calling the police out for help. This update, I have to go back and rewatch the video that I shared, but I don't believe that it was mentioned in that video. I could be wrong, but I don't believe that it was mentioned in that video that this was actually the second time that the police came to his house. And so for me, it begs the question as to how in the hell did he get shot by the same, again, let's watch the story. I don't know if it was the same officers. I really don't, but this is definitely the second time that night that they came out to his house for the same reason, trying to get someone else up out of his home. All right, and then there's another lesson to be learned on this. We'll talk about it after regarding, who you let in your home, and what you got going on. Sad story either way, but y'all let me know what y'all think. All right, it's Ricky Rich of Black Primacy. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on your notifications.
It took police not 5, not 10, but nearly 30 minutes to get this woman out of a man's house. And that's just one of the new details coming to light tonight about a situation that ended with the man who called 911 dead by police hands. Thanks for watching 8 News Now at 11. I'm Denise Valdez.
And I'm Brian Loftus. Over an hour of footage from police-worn body cameras shedding some light on new details. 8 News Now reporter James Schaefer has what happened at a home which would become, James, a murder scene.
Denise, it was a call to get someone out of his house. Brandon Durham, the homeowner, told police he was doing the nice thing and opening up his home to a friend who then allegedly wouldn't leave. According to police, that friend would break into the same home the next day.
Me, I'm the guy who called you.
Oh, you're the one that called?
Yeah, I'm the owner.
A seemingly routine call, which sheds new light on why police responded to a home, which 24 hours later would be the scene of an alleged break-in and murder. The other officers seen approaching Durham would be Officer Bookman, the same man who would shoot and kill him. The reason for this call? To force an unwanted guest identified as Alejandro Boudreaux out of the house.
How's it going?
Hi.
Why didn't you answer when we knocked?
Because I was not supposed to answer the door.
Officers spoke with Boudreaux and explained she needed to leave, but not before she made several accusations against Durham.
Alright,
So-
I leave in peace.
you
Drugs
leave?
are all over here.
Okay.
Boudreaux would go on to accuse Durham of inappropriate activities in his home. Police listened to Boudreaux continue on and encouraged her to pack up her things. It would take nearly 10 minutes for her to get outside before a rideshare would eventually be called, only after several attempts to get Boudreaux to leave the property. Before leaving, Durham thanking officers for clearing his home, not knowing it would only be 24 hours before they would come back, one of the officers shooting and killing him.
Thank you so much, man.
Have a good one.
We did this all peaceful. It was good.
Now, we mentioned some of those accusations lodged by Boudreaux about inappropriate actions in Durham's home, which included drug use in the home with the child present. It should be noted in the police report that night of the shooting, a woman was found by a crime scene investigator who found that woman who had said that allegedly she had been drugged. Brian?
Now, the Metro officer involved in the call from the video and the shooting which followed has been placed on administrative leave pending an outcome of an internal investigation. Alejandro Boudreaux is being held on $1 million bail, faces charges in connection with Durham's death.
So there you have it. So I was somewhat wrong in thinking that it happened the same night, but it did happen like I said, within 24 hours of each other, and it was the same officers that pulled up to the house. Someone said, "Does anyone know?" Here we go. The same officers that cleared the unwanted guest from the house, the same one that sounded surprised when he heard this man was the homeowner. Officer Bookman is the name. Shot and killed the homeowner less than 24 hours after this footage. The woman had returned, broken in, and had a knife on the homeowner. Officer Bookman shot him in the head and then 5 more times while he was on the ground. This was an execution. I've been following the story since it broke. My personal opinion is that the cop was envious of the homeowner, who was a well-known and affluent realtor in the area. Go find that footage to see for yourself. Interesting. Let's not take this for granted. Let's all go and look into it. Person sounds like they had the information. We know for a fact that most of this is correct. I don't know about the realtor. I don't know about the personal opinion part here. The cop being envious. Very, 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 very confused as to. And you'll see. I'll link the original reaction and comments on the video in the description of this one. But you'll see, even in that video, I didn't. Without all of this information, when I first saw it, my thoughts were that the cop was just overly excited in a sense. I don't know if that's the right word, but overly stimulated when, coming into the house. He kicked the door down. He cleared the house, looking left and right, trying to get to the scuffle that he was hearing. And he pulled up and shot the individual who he thought was the assailant. But with all this information, it's like, and I hate to try and put myself in shoes that I just know that I would never be in, or pray that I would never be in. But it just seems so hard to believe that if I were in these shoes, pulling up to this house, that I would not, first of all, recognize the homeowner, and secondly, my brain just wouldn't go to like, this homeowner is the bad guy. Like, this person that I just saw yesterday is the bad guy. Like, I can't fathom how someone's brain can go that way. And y'all correct me if I'm tripping. If I'm tripping, correct me if I'm wrong. I can't fathom. I just can't understand that. We're not talking about months down the line. We're not talking about a whole different house. We're not talking about different people. We're literally talking about less than 24 hours after. We're talking about the same house, the same address. It was an unusual, what I would believe, even for a cop, an unusual situation, like one that would kind of stick in your brain at least for a day or two, right? Pulling up, you got this person that you gotta, I mean, that's like a story that you would tell the wife when you get home. Oh, how was your night shift today? How was your night shift today? Oh, well, it was cool. Outside of the fact that I had to pull some lady out of this man's house. I don't know what they had going on in there, but she wasn't trying to leave, like, and they probably laughed about it and giggled about it. And, yeah, he had a nice house, and it was probably one of those situations where things, they were on a date and things didn't work out and she got kicked out, but she had to go, something like that. Like, it had to have stuck in his head. And so pulling back up to the same house and not knowing who it is seems really fishy to me. I must say, my whole perception on that altercation has flipped. Very, very, very fishy to me. So, but we'll continue following this story. We'll see what happens. Someone said it's funny the police department thinks this video will somehow exonerate the officer from murder. This is just sad. All right. But before I let you all go, I wanted to say, this is definitely an example though of, you know, being careful who you let into your space and into your house. Right. I'm sure this was so unnecessary, such an unnecessary situation. She clearly wasn't offering any value to this man's life. So what is she? I just had a conversation with my homie the other day who uh who was dating some, or not even, I don't even want to say dating, who was just communicating with someone who just, I'm just like, I had to ask him, like, what value is she adding to your life? Like why give people access to your life who really just don't deserve it, right? And I think, a lot of people, that I know who are single at least, tend to do that, men and women, right? Just giving access to people who's just, they offer no value whatsoever to your life. And in most cases, when I'm talking to people like this, like they're doing so well in life, it's like, you're doing so well, why are you talking to somebody who they don't even have anything together? Like, you're literally, uh, um, you are the upgrade in their life. And to me, I don't know. I don't know her. I don't know the situation. If this comment is accurate and this guy is, a well-to-do, affluent realtor, I don't know why he's dealing with this woman who seemed not to have a clue. Because if she had anything going on in her life, she would have easily just got up and said, "All right, I'm out of here." Like, there's no reason for the police to be called. Uh, it just would have been a situation where I'm gone. Like, I don't need you, right? So, this woman being in there, claiming drugs and all of that, to me, it seemed like a huge mismatch, and I'd be curious as to know why he was even dealing with her, but also using that particular part of this whole terrible situation as an example. You know, regardless of what you're doing out there, just let's just keep the right people in our network. All right. People who are going to be valuable, mentally, emotionally, physically, whatever the case, like, just value added people. All right. Let's take that into 2025. All right. Y'all let me know what y'all think, though. Okay. It's Ricky Rich with Black Primacy. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on your notifications.